Heavy-duty yard work can really take a toll on your hands. Planting without gloves can be a dirty job. Or worse, you have gloves, but they don't protect your hands. Finally, there's Genie gloves, the amazing gardening gloves you can't live without. Watch this. Genie lets you easily dig and plant your yard all without tools. The built-in gardening claws make digging, planting, grating, and raking fast and easy. Genie's integrated thick resin claws replace handheld tools. Quickly spread and grade topsoil, making yard work fun again and hassle-free. Put down garden gravel in seconds, and all with just a quick pass of your hand. Genie even replaces your hand rake, quickly clearing, getting the job done in seconds. Genie reduces friction and prevents blisters on the toughest jobs. Puncture-resistant, they protect your hands from sharp thorns and thistles. Genie's flexible ergonomic design makes it easy to pick up even the smallest objects. Genie's simple design and integrated claws can help you cultivate and seed your summer garden in half the time, and all without tools. Look again, their curved and specially integrated gardening claws make it easy to dig in even tough, dry soil or clay. No tools needed. Genie can quickly break up a root ball without damage for perfect plantings every time. Finish by spreading and grating mulch in all your flower beds in seconds. Best of all, they rinse clean and don't hold dirt, while leaving your hands dry, clean, and protected on the inside. Try Genie gloves and change the way you work in the yard forever.
In this episode, we'll show you how to use the GARDENA Bluetooth app from the comfort of your smartphone. The Minimo has arrived in the 21st century. It couldn't be easier to start it up. Place the Minimo in the charging station, grab your smartphone, install the GARDENA Bluetooth app, turn it on, and connect with the SILENO Minimo via Bluetooth, all from the terrace. As soon as the app is open, you will see all of your connected GARDENA products on the home screen of the app in one overview. Select the Minimo, and already you're joined at the hip. Using the app, you can see not only the battery status, or when the mowing robot will take its next turn around the garden, you also have all sorts of settings options. It's really easy, and right in your pocket. Just press start, and just like that, you can send your little helper on its way. Use Park to tell your Minimo to take a longer break if you want your garden for yourself. Either until the next scheduled round or until you reactivate it. Or tell it to cut specific areas that could use another passing using Spot Cut. With this button, you can use GARDENA Assistant to enter your individual requests and calculate a mowing plan. Or set up a custom schedule for the week. In the settings, you can find more options for fine-tuning your intelligent mowing robot. There you can give your treasure a name. Define whether the little guy should follow the guide wire away instead of starting to mow directly in front of the charging station in order to reach more distant parts of the garden, or to achieve better results in narrow corridors. That is possible at up to 3 points along the guide wire. Just enter the distance in meters and the priorities in percentages, and the Minimo will set off to mow exactly where it makes sense. For example, in narrow corridors. In that case, just set a point at the start of the corridor and activate the option Corridor Cut. For all other cases, you can also define how far the mower should drive out of the charging station before it starts mowing. This is especially important if the station is in a corner. The starting point should be selected such that there is as much space as possible to the left of the guide wire when facing the charging station. You can also define how far crossing distance to tell your Minimo how far it is allowed to drive over the boundary wire. Allow the robot to use sensors to decide for itself whether mowing is even necessary. Define individual rules for mowing behaviour near the charging station. And finally, change the pin for your Minimo to protect it from theft. The only thing you have to set on the Minimo itself the old-fashioned way is the cutting height. To do this, turn off the mowing robot and turn it over onto its back. Loosen the screws from the blade place. Adjust it to the desired cutting height and tighten the screws again. 3 for the highest setting, 1 for the lowest. Super easy.
That should do the trick.
It looked like something Ninja Turtles would wear.
Hey, watch out. Take some time to get used to them because they're a little hard to walk in. It kind of feels like walking through mud, but it's a good workout at the same time. You can feel different textures in the soil. Here I found a hard spot, so let's take some extra steps to aerate it a little better. So far I'm really happy with them. They seem to be working well. I like the straps they use. They feel really secure. And I can picture myself wearing them while I'm mowing the grass. Get some aerating done at the same time.
This is really the thing that makes small farm mesclun all of a sudden a paying proposition for small farmers.
It really revolutionized our growing.
Growing up on a farm, I spent hours on my hands and knees harvesting salad greens with a knife, so I was very aware of the need for a mechanical greens harvester. So my inventive mind spent a lot of time thinking about ways to improve greens harvesting, but it wasn't until at age 16, in the fall of 2009, my father and I had the opportunity to go visit Elliot Coleman's farm, and he brought up the greens harvester and really encouraged me to take it and run with it and try and develop a greens harvester that would help to alleviate labor with greens production on small farms. I came back from Elliot's farm energized about developing a greens harvester, and we started making prototypes using modified hedge trimmers and quickly had prototypes that were working and we were using on our farm, but they were very rough. But it wasn't until a couple years later, with the help of an engineer friend, that we came up with a design that worked better than I could have imagined. And in the fall of 2012, we started production and they went on the market.
Up until now, there's been no mechanical harvester in between scissors and knife and $10,000 units.
When we got it, it was a major breakthrough because it used to take us 3 people 2 hours to do the harvest of our salad greens in the morning, and when we got the harvester, I would do the same job in 40 minutes. It was a 200% improvement on the labor time. It's the kind of appropriate technology that we need for small-scale micro-farming.
Anybody who's ever cut mesclun by hand is going to love this gadget. Look at the ease with which it goes, and not only that, when you have a taller crop like this, which we all end up with at some point, you can cut it at any height you want, even though you're mechanized the whole time you're doing it. One person with this can replace 3 or 4 hand cutters very, very easily.
It will give a cleaner cut than a knife or scissors. It's just an incredible tool in the tool chest of a small farmer. It truly has put baby greens back in the list of profitable crops for a small farm.
It's going to put us back in the baby leaf salad business.